couple of months ago. In fact, we went to the Rose Garden and the grass was so soaking wet. It was such a terrible place to have a news conference. I said, well, let's use a beautiful white stone.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating and honestly kind of bizarre clip that's making waves. It features a former US president dodging questions, throwing shade at India's oil deals, and even talking about wet shoes at the White House. Yep, you heard that right. Stick around as I break this down into 5 key takeaways that are equal parts politics and pure personality. And hey, before we get into it, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a deep dive like this one. Let's get into it.
Pete doesn't want any part of that question.
On Venezuela?
Yes,
on
please.
Venezuela?
Mr. President, who do you blame for losing India to China? In your post earlier today in the morning, you did put that out.
I don't think we have. I've been very disappointed that India would be buying so much oil, as you know, from Russia. And I let them know that. We put a very big tariff on India, 50% tariff, very high tariff. I get along very well with Modi, as you know. He's great. He was here a couple of months ago. In fact, we went to the Rose Garden and the grass was so soaking wet. It was such a terrible place to have a news conference. I said, well, let's use a beautiful white stone emblematic of the White House, okay? And it's been very well received. But we had a news conference on the grass. It was my last news conference I had on the grass because everybody sunk in. You probably sunk in. Every reporter out there, they ruined their shoes. We made that change.
Avoiding Venezuela, the deflection game. So the clip kicks off with a pointed question about Venezuela. And how does the speaker respond? He doesn't. He flat out avoids the topic. Not a word, just pivots. This isn't new if you've followed these kinds of press moments before, but it sets the tone for what's coming. Misdirection, redirection, and a bit of storytelling flair. India, China, and Russia? The conversation quickly shifts when asked about India and China. Instead of addressing tensions or geopolitics directly, the speaker zeroes in on India's oil purchases from Russia. He expresses disappointment, a word that says a lot without really saying anything. It's clear that the focus is more on trade decisions than strategic alliances here, which brings us to the next point. 50% tariff, big moves or big talk? In response to India's actions, the speaker claims a 50% tariff was imposed. That's a massive number if true. Whether it's leverage or messaging, it definitely sends a signal. But here's where things get murky. Was this a real policy or more of a rhetorical flex? Let me know in the comments what you think. Is this economics or politics as theater? Modi and the great relationship. Now here's the twist. Despite all the criticism, the speaker quickly pivots again, this time to praise. He says he gets along very well with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, calling him great. This is classic. Tough talk on trade, followed by warm words for the leader. It's part diplomacy, part personal branding. And if you're enjoying this breakdown so far, do me a favor, tap that subscribe button. It really helps push this content out to more viewers like you. The Rose Garden story and the wet grass. The clip ends on an unexpectedly hilarious note. The speaker goes on a tangent about a press conference in the Rose Garden, talking about soaking wet grass, reporters sinking into the lawn, and ruined shoes. Apparently it was bad enough that they changed the setup for future events. It's funny, awkward, and strangely humanizing. It's these kinds of moments that remind you, even in the middle of global discussions, there's room for storytelling and a little bit of chaos. So, there you have it, 5 key takeaways from one surprisingly layered clip. From avoiding Venezuela to recounting soggy shoes with Modi, this was a wild mix of diplomacy, distraction, and drama. If you found this breakdown insightful, smash that like button, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and of course subscribe for more content like this every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.